is up? This is OJ Senpai here today to do a review of Hunter x Hunter episode 145. Now, you see my new intro? Okay. The intro needs some work. This isn't really my full. Sorry, I'm still scratching. This isn't my full intro yet. Once I get much more computer savvy, my intro will be a lot better, and I'll try and put a lot of copyright protection all over it. I'll try to. Hopefully I don't. It won't get flagged down, which I doubt though. Anyways, so let's get on to the review. So this week's episode, Hunter x Hunter. Again, 3 episodes away from the end of the 2011 anime. It's sad. We get a lot of major story progression within this episode. We get Gon being healed and him being Jing and him being Leorio and all that stuff. We have the end of the election because apparently Parison wins, and we also have, I believe, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So let's get into it. Now, let me start off first with Parison. What I think makes Parison such a badass character and what makes him so dangerous is that if he's put into a situation that he cannot escape from, he doesn't worry about it. Not only that, he accepts any type of burdens that situation gives him. Like for example, in this episode, Leorio was ahead in the election. He was ahead by about 30 votes, and he was in a very tough situation because everyone within that auditorium was about to vote for Leorio, all because of the fact that Leorio wanted to save Gon. That's what Chilo stated within this episode. But what Parison did to me was fantastic, was phenomenal, because he knew, and I'm gonna mention this again at the end of the episode. He knew that Gon was going to be healed right before Leorio had a chance to win, so he was stalling for time. Even though he knew that Leorio had more votes and had a lot more respect from the hunters that were there, but Parison not only stalled for time, but he stalled for time correctly, and that's the reason why Leorio lost. Now, granted, Leorio doesn't give a shit. Why? Because Leorio wants to make sure Gon is safe. That's the only reason why Leorio even cares about this thing in the first place. If Gon is safe, he doesn't care about the election, which is the reason as to why Parison realized, if Gon can heal within that amount of time, Leorio already lost. Like he already lost the election. There's no need to fight anymore. So that's why Parison was stalling for time, talking about how he's going to change the Hunter exam, and the Hunter commandments. Even though he really wasn't going to do that anyways, he said, I'm going to subtract that. And the way that Cheeto was so defeated, because she was just sitting there like, man, I fucked up, man. Parison, how do you do it, man? And Parison, basically speaking, Parison, the only reason why he says he even got this far was because of coincidence and luck. When he knew that Jing was running for chairman, that's when he knew something was up. He was like, oh shit, if Jing's running for chairman, I might actually lose this election. And he noticed a type of weakness within the election itself, which is Gon and getting healed. Because according to Parison, when he heard from Jing that Gon isn't gonna die, he was like, okay, that might be a solution. And it further progressed to where when he saw Leorio punch Jin for not caring about Gon, he's like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And he already set it up to where Leorio would see Gon being healed, and Leorio wouldn't give a shit about the competition, meaning that Parison's a shoe-in for chairman. Now, granted, again, it's all coincidence and luck, but the fact that Parison put that much faith in a group of people he didn't even know just shows you how badass of a character he really is. He doesn't even care if he's in the worst situation, he can get out of that shit instantly. And so that to me was fascinating. Now we move on to Gon being healed. Now Gon comes back. No, not before that. We see Nanika healing Gon, and we see Gon's hand. Gon's hand looked like, dude. In the manga, it looked bad, but in the anime, it looked even worse. I was like, whoa. Like, no fucking way. And then when Killua saw that, Killua was like, oh shit. Like, he realized now, it's like, yeah, we really need to heal your ass now after seeing that. And he tells Nanika, heal Gon, please. Nanika takes Gon's hand, and then the healing process begins. Everyone inside the Hunter Association that can feel them pretty much is like, yeah, there's some powerful shit going on. But aside from that, that was pretty much just her healing Gon. And or something healing Gon. That's what Nanika means in Japanese. And not only that, we see Killua, now we see Igumi and the rest of the family are eyeing the entire situation through Sabone's eyeglass. And this is where I was like, whoa. Because Illumi, within this episode, he looks a lot more sinister than usual. Despite the fact that the rest of the family are assassins, Illumi is like straight the fuck up off the cuff evil. So it's like, when you take a look at Killua's family, they're assassins, but they're not like bad guys. They're just assassins. They got to do their job, you know. When someone needs to go, they need to go. It's when they're hired, of course. And according to Savone, Illumi is straying from the path of an assassin because Illumi wants to obtain Aluka's power. What exactly for, we don't know, but it just seems like right now all he wants is power. That's all he wants. And even in this episode, we just see him. He's like, oh man, I just want power. I just want power. And at that moment, you just see this picture. And that's it. It's like, bro, it's like, yo, fucking Illumi, man. It's fucking Illumi. So, when it comes to Illumi, it's insane. Like, this dude, he wants power. What we don't know for sure is why he wants it. And it's kind of deviates from what he originally wanted before. You know, he wanted to make sure the family was safe, but now he's showing a lot more evil intentions. So that to me was interesting. Now the next part. Gon being healed, walking back into the world, you know, all safe and sound again. We don't know whether or not his Nen has come back. Now during the Chimerian arc, it was said that Gon placed a vow on him that where if he beats Pitu, he cannot use Nen again. Now, granted, he comes back all healed and stuff, but we haven't seen him use Nen. So if you guys are like, oh man, you know, if he uses Nen, that's bullshit. Look, don't worry. He won't use Nen. I mean, trust me. Now, we see him come back, everyone sees him, they're all clapping, they're all saying, yo, run for chairman, and then Gon just looks so, like, embarrassed, he's just waving and waving. Leorio comes in, they have a hug, they have a moment, and one important thing, Leorio's told by Mora, listen bro, do not tell Gon that Killua healed his ass, and Killua's like, and Leorio's like, why? And then Mora's like, just trust me, don't tell them. So they obviously are keeping that promise with each other. Maybe because of the fact that Gon will feel in debt to him and that, like, you know, he would have to do something for him, when in fact that's not actually the case. So moving on, the final part of the episode, yo, Jing and Gon meeting up. Damn, it's been a while. I mean, this is pretty much Gon's goal as of right now, to meet Jing. And finally he sees Jing all the way down there and he's like, oh man, Jing. And then Jing looks like, oh shit, I fucked up so fucking bad. He's just looking there. It's just like, oh man, Jing, fuck man, oh shit, oh fuck man. He's just crazed out. He's like, oh man, I'm so screwed. So, pretty much that's the end of the episode, and through next week's episode, we'll see a little bit more as to Jing and Gon's, progression when it comes to them being father and son. So the overall rating for the episode, the pacing was rather slow. However, the pacing was slow for a reason, and that's because Pariston wanted to stall. So I'm gonna give that a rating of, I'm actually gonna do a new number rating system, a rating of 6.5. It was 6.5 pacing, 6.5 out of 10. And when it comes to the story progression, it gets like a 9.5. And when it comes to the animation, it's beautiful. I'm gonna give that 10 out of 10. So we have 10 out of 10, 9.5, and 6.5. That's a 26. And so 26 divided by 3, that's about 8.5. It's 8.5, so it's, the rating for this episode is going to get an 8.5 out of 10. It was a very good episode of Hunter x Hunter. Great story progression. The pacing could have been fixed, but there's a reason for it. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Be sure, of course, like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will be here for next week's episode of Hunter x Hunter. Peace, guys.